Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the daytime stream for Wednesday. How's it going? Let's start building a title. I had a couple funny titles in mind. Let's see. Selling all my Pokemon cards because I won't need them after the Rapture. Live card shop. All right, we're going to go with that one. This is probably the last day I can use a title like that after the recent, oh, we're going to get Raptured, the recent end of the world prediction. I think there was an argument that it was going to be Tuesday or Wednesday, and today's Wednesday. All right. Okay, so Mr. Alex just posted that. That's pretty fast. And we'll post this over here. Cool. Oh, I wonder if NHCC is going to be here today. Yeah, he is. Okay, cool. So we're going to get your store credit. And then also, I got some cards I want to ask you what you want the price on them to be. FedEx National Service Disruption. Okay, so FedEx is warning me that they're going to have some disruptions to their delivery times. All right. Excuse me. Boy, I'm busy as heck, man. Bought some weird things off the internet today to grade. So we'll see what that looks like when they get graded. I love running into new stuff I've never played with before. I feel like we specialize in that a little bit, just grading like odd things like Pokemon coins and such. All right, let's log this in. Okay. Wow, already 28 viewers. We're only 2 minutes in. It's not bad. Maybe that's due to the increase in subscribers. Have you guys seen the subscribe count? We're almost at 99,000. We're like 40 people away from 99,000. Whew. End of the word. No. Yes, the end of the word is here. Selling all my Pokemon cards because I won't need them after the Rapture. Live card shop. Okay, so let's jump over here to Mr. NHCC. Looks like we got an answer from Mr. Morgan. I might be able to get Morgan's shipping done. I don't think Alexis is here quite yet. How much to enter the SB on break, says Mr. Mahdi Bazi. Welcome back, Mahdi Bazi. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. This break is always $40. 40, 40, 40, 40. These over here, they're all for. Oh, you can't see the whole screen. Watch. 40, 40, 40, 40. Okay, it's all 40, including this one. There's 6 spots deep already. We need 20 more people before it goes off. All right, so NHCC. I got 2 of your consignment cards, or 3 of them up here. This. So you got about $64. Oops, NHCC. 64. All right. I've finally been able to make it to the start of a stream. Nice. We'll toss these 2 out. We don't need those anymore. All right, and then it looks like we got a dollar message from Mr. Morgan David John with his phone number. Okay, so I'm actually going to get this international shipping done and ran off to Miss Alexis. For you, Mr. NHCC, I started working on it, and I realized you've got so much product over here. We could do like 2 $80 boxes. You've got that much. I had to bring up some slabs that were yours from the shipping area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12. Good. So, Mr. Morgan, let's see what we can get done for you. We want to try and get you these cards for the cheap. Did the Bowser Mario slab go off? In fact, it did. It went off yesterday. It's a really cool break. I wish I had more of those so I could do it again. I am grading more of those, so eventually we will be able to do it again. But yeah, that was fun. By the way, so there's a guy who does some of the eBay listings for me already, but he has paid kind of more of a premium price, and he just got paid out like $168. And that's what I was talking about. I was like, it all adds up. Here we are. But he was like an experiment run for that, and now I want to get a bit more serious about it. It is. All right. Yeah, it all adds up. If you're posting stuff on eBay every day, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, It adds up into a lot of money really fast. Okay, so this will probably be going here. That'll probably be the city. We'll hit OK on that. And then we need to get your email. But I believe we've got somebody, here we are, who would like to do it. So I just got to get him set up on eBay. I got so much stuff to do, it's ridiculous, man. I can't keep up with it all. We got to help Mr. LaFlame. We got to help him. He wants to forward his cards to a grading consigner. All right, we need a weight on this. Let's get a precise weight. All of y'all sub to this, guys, please. Any free cards? Yeah, actually, we hand out a lot of free cards. Nowadays, we keep track of it. Yeah, nowadays, we've got a like a receipt that we generate so that at the end of the month, we can show off how much everybody gave, myself and everyone else. Come on. There it goes. Okay, quite heavy. Good. Slabs are heavy, dude. It's all the plastic. Can I have one free card and a shiny one? Yeah. Who won the Mario break? I don't know if the Breaks History channel got updated. Didn't I update it myself? Let's see. Under Breaks History, clicking on Breaks History. Oh, I was supposed to update it. It's in the same stream as the Nido King Rocket break. My bad, dude. I imagined myself doing it, but I never did it. It's in the same stream, right at the end. Let me edit this. Bowser, poker. I do remember doing this. Maybe I didn't hit enter. Bowser poker break ended right at the end of the stream. Okay, there we go. So, and we have a weight on these. I'm making a quick label here, guys. Welcome to our daytime stream for Wednesday. Welcome in, guys. How's it going? Okay. We got that. We're going to edit this custom forms. Oops. Okay. And now we set the value. Let's set the value to 420. Let's see how that does. Oh, it says limited value 400. Okay, let's set it to 400. I'll prepay the duties on this one. Let's see what happens with that. I've heard if you prepay the duties, it gets through easier. All right, and now I'm printing it. Let's see if it accepts that. Oh my gosh, we're running up-to-date rates. They always do this. I watch you daily. Appreciate your content, says James Straub. Ah, thanks, man. I really appreciate the nice message. Somebody give me a good idea of what to eat. Go have a ham sandwich. Ham sandwiches are good. You can put like Havarti cheese on it or something. All right, let me hit print. Actually, you know, they say those deli meats are no good. Let's see. Declared value must be XX. Okay, so I can't do the prepay. I'm sorry. Doesn't allow me. Says you can't prepay the duties if it's over a certain value. All right, it's on its way, Mr. Morgan John. So, Morgan, we declared it at 400. I don't know if you're watching, Morgan. We declared it at 400. That is not a bad thing for you. That is actually quite good. So, you know, if they ask about it, just be like, yep. All right. If they open it up and they add every one of these together, they might decide it's more than 400. So be careful with that, okay? Hopefully they don't bother doing that because it's like, it's pretty annoying if they go through all that trouble. Let me have a sip. So, can I be a mod as well? I liked and subbed. Yeah, here, let's make you a moderator. And then what's your name? Your name's KJ. Turn you into a moderator. He said he wants some free cards, so let's get him some free cards. Let's see. He's going to get Bullet Bill. And we need a big expensive card for him. Let's see. Maybe like... Where's some expensive cards? He says thanks. Here's Zapdos, and here's Machamp, and here's Hello Kitty. Wow. We have a new moderator, and he gets free cards. What's going on? Retweet Hood Collector. Hood Collector. Wow, look at all these cool cards, man. All right. Just write KJ on that. All right. I'd like free cards too. Pfft, you can't get free cards in this stream. Get lost, loser. So let's see. Now we've got... What are you, begging for cards? No begging, bro. Wow, it's called get a job. Wow, these guys just want free cards all the time. Here's Pat Gibbs. He says, 2 Pokey Shuffles. Not like our friend KJ. Of course, he gets some cards. His name's KJ. Please don't mute me, KJ. 1, 2, 3. All right. So here's Pat Gibbs. Mr. I'm in full troll mode. Here's, Weeping Bell. Mr. Pat. You got it. Look at that. Pokey Shuffle's still paying out, guys. It's still paying out. Pretty nice. It's nice and full, actually. It's got a lot of stuff in it. No wonder. A Weeping Bell. There it is. Whoa, that's expensive. You actually did well there. $10 Rainbow Weeping Bell. I'm pissed. I've been a viewer for many days. 6 whole days. Here's Pat Gibbs. Do you know why my wife's payment I sent to you says sending? That does happen sometimes. I've had that happen myself. It usually doesn't do that, but let's say you're like transferring money. Sometimes it takes a while. Like if it's coming straight from your bank account, for example, right? Like if you have the money already loaded into your Wise account, it's usually always instantaneous. But if it's withdrawing that money from your bank account and then sending it over, it can take a little while. Just give it a minute. It might be done in about 10 minutes, okay? Okay, we have a Mr. Kushal. Can I get my card shipped from the September 10th stream? Kushal. Let's take a quick look at who that could be. Here it is, Kushal. Let me respond to him. Okay. So Kushal is real. Here's his stuff. Wait. You know, I actually ought to, here's what I ought to do. I ought to run that. I forgot I got to run that thing down to Alexis because she's not here yet. Oh, we've never shipped Kushal before, of course. Kushal wants some shipping. Mr. Kushal. I liked and subbed and told my friends too. Really? That's so cool. You told your friends. But I just got to warn you, Mr. KJ, I can't let you be moderator forever, okay? It was just for today, okay? Just for fun, all right? We're just being a little funny. Sometimes I like to do that. Sometimes somebody will ask to be mod, and I'll make them mod for like a day. All right, here's this. But I really appreciate it. That's very nice of you. All right, how heavy is this? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. KJ? You collect a lot of Pokemon cards? I don't collect anymore. I sold all my Pokemon cards because I'm about to be raptured by Jesus. A guy on TikTok told me we were going to get raptured. So I said, oh my gosh, that's got to be real. I'm pissed. This ain't funny, mister. Wow. Who's pissed? Do you have any more graded red poker cards, Patrick? I likely do. I don't know where they're at. They might be in our All Slabs channel in Discord. I have a lot of Charizards. You have a lot of Charizards? Mr. Russ, it's a break. We do have a Charizard break right in front of us. That's the new break. Radiant Charizard. It's in English. It's a beautiful card. I already purchased a replacement for it, and it looks really clean. 1 in 12. One of the spots is a star spot, so it's more like 1 in 11, to be honest. And yes, it's gotten very expensive over time. That card's, it's rare and expensive now. What do you think of that? All right, I'll be back, guys. I got to send this down to Miss Alexis. Kitty, what are you doing? All right, here we are. Whew. I was getting attacked by the cat. So, I might buy out the Charizard break. No! What do we have here? We have Zach. He wants in the Zard break. Ugh. Came into the room this morning and my laptop was on the floor. The cat had come into the room at some point somehow and knocked my laptop down. Yeah, she is very crazy. She's a crazy energetic cat. There you go. The Victory Bell looks like an evolving fleshlight. That's right. A couple of us have noticed that Victory Bell, Weeping Bell looks a bit strange. The second Godzilla set is in late October. There's 100 signatures from the director of Shin Godzilla in the first edition run. Yeah, I don't know. Godzilla's cool and all. I don't know if that set would do super well. Maybe we get like 1 or 2 boxes of it. There you go. Godzilla's, I feel like Godzilla's not like a big collectible. All right. You're too unholy to get your butt raptured. What? You can't say that. So now we've got... Good. Christopher Houghton, he says 1 Japanese, 151. Now, didn't those change? The 151s, the 151s changed. 151 changed. You're not going to like this, Christopher Houghton, but 151 changed. It is a whopping $15 now. They were very off-priced. I'm so sorry, man. It's not really a surprise. This Pokemon market's super crazy, and they were really off-price because I hadn't looked into them in months. Months I hadn't looked at the price. So we finally looked into it yesterday. Actually, somebody warned me here in the chat that the price was wrong. And I was like, it probably is. Then I looked it up, and oh my God, was it off. How close is the pack split? 4 spots left there. It's actually pretty close. What's hot right now? Looking to place an order. Any vintage packs around 600? No, I really don't price up the vintage packs that way. If only I had endless vintage packs, but they're probably the most tricky to procure item because it's like, you don't know if they're being weighed. You don't know if they're being resealed. You don't know if they have been damaged on the outside of the pack. You don't know if they've been searched. Sourcing vintage packs is one of the riskiest behaviors. So, but what I could probably tell you is that some of the other stuff, the prismatic looks really good right now. Prismatic. There's a prismatic box. What's it called? Do I have it in the menu? There is a prismatic box that's really good right now. It is called Prismatic Lucario. That's what it is. I even put the word hot next to it. Yeah, the Prismatic Lucario boxes, those are really good. I like those a lot. Sea and Sky's pretty good too for openings, huh? Yeah, I like both of those. If you're looking for value, the new Marvel set just came out. Those are, the price on those are pretty fair. Here it is, look at this. So this is new Weiss Schwarz Marvel 3, just launched. This is brand new, everybody. Just hit the table. And so that's pretty neat. Yeah, I like that a lot. I don't just have endless hot vintage packs laying around. You know I don't have that many. I like 1 or 2 vintage packs, Team Rocket Grunt. Been here a long time. I see no packs at Target yet. Update on the Chinese break. The Chinese break. Oh, the Gengar break. Yeah, actually, you know, if you wanted to, here, oh, by the way, here's the Mega Evolutions pre-order box break. So, God, the list looks so dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got 3 people in here. We need 11 people total. $40 buy-in. It's for a whole box of Mega Evolutions. 1 whole box, Mega Evolutions. Also, we have this over here. So we have the ASTRAL Radiance box breaks. That's actually 2 box breaks we have now where one person takes the whole box. And this is a really cool one. You know, ASTRAL Radiance is literally shooting up in price. It is. It's just going up. It's getting older and it's shooting up. And so that's really cool. Lots of breaks going on, obviously. Here's the Ancient Origins Vintage Box Break, where you get a virgin pack out of a sealed box, unweighed, untampered with, but a little bit pricey. Okay, because I'm trying to make some money, right? All right, and then here we have the 151 Surprise Case Break with Gengar. I've not looked into this in a while. This might be higher than $200 per box. I don't know. Last time I checked, the Gengar was more expensive. Well, the Gengar goes up. Typically, that means the booster packs are going up too. So I will have to look into that again sometime soon. Here's our giveaway list. Here's our challenge rolls, which needs to be totally updated. 100K. What was this list? I don't know what that is. The Mega Sub list with the Gengar. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's really close. Do you still have Radiant collection boxes? Radiant collection boxes. I don't even remember what those are. Let me look that up. Radiant collection. Pretty sure I don't. If I can't remember it, why would I have it? Oh, I know what you're referring to. No, I don't have those. Typically they're terribly overpriced, and obviously someone else might have them, and that's just the way the game's played. You know, if that person's selling them, then maybe they're doing well on that. I don't know. Maybe what they did is they cornered the market, bought a ton of them up, and now they're pricing them at a higher price, but it deceptively looks the same price. I don't really do things that way with like XY product. I don't do that. But you might do that to make money. Like you could take $20,000, $10,000, which is, if you're running a card shop, that's actually not the craziest amount if it's all just product, money for product. So you could take like $10,000, $20,000 and then corner a market, buy out all of one product, raising the price, and then sell it back and be like, oh, we're selling it pretty cheap actually. And you're like, oh, that's the same price as eBay or something. But it's been, you know, been bought out that way. It's been cornered that way. Yeah, but we don't necessarily do that, so you won't see that happen on this side. Here's Madi Bazi. Sorry for disappearing. I was in Lebanon getting married. What? Congratulations, man. Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations. He says, let me get 5 spots on the Espeon. Whoa. That changes the Espeon, that's for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, he wants to take a 1 in 5 odds shot at the Lespeon over here. My gosh. About to send some crypto for an order. Let me think about what to get. Oh, sounds good, man. Madi Bazi. 5 of these. Holy cow. Madi Bazi. Madi, I was busy eating Tylenol. Hey, you know what's funny, guys? One of our streams got, like, demonetized because it said our content was too controversial. Isn't that wild? And Mr. Mike's side ran the stream through like a script reader to see what I said, and he suspects I was talking about the whole Trump administration Tylenol controversy, and he thinks that's what got it demonetized. And it's kind of crazy because I didn't say anything. I didn't recommend anything. I didn't tell people to do this or that. I didn't do anything. So it's really funny. It got demonetized. But also it was fun because we were looking at some of the things I said in the script. I apparently say, I did not know this perhaps, I apparently say some pretty crazy things when we're live. We are. I just kind of let my mouth run. All right, freedom of speech. I'm officially back. Hell yeah, dude. All right, check that out, everybody. Ooh. Married now, huh? That must have been a lot of fun. Bruh, is no one listening to me? The Radiant Charizard should not be that price. It's for the regular Radiant Charizard, not for the Pokemon Go stamp. What? That is the Pokemon stamp. Big Dog, no website. Big Dog is in the description. I think Mr. Russ is the right price. The Radiant is for the non-Pokemon Go stamp. Can someone tell Mr.? No, that is the correct price. 41 and 12 is my price. Here we are. I looked it up earlier. I'll double look. I don't want to mess it up, but I actually bought one, so it's not as easy to make that mistake if you bought one. That's right. Okay, I'm looking at the one that I've purchased. That's correct. It is 1 in 12. That is my price on the Radiant Charizard. There it is. Mr. Monty Bozzi, let me get this into the rare candy break bag. Okay. All right. Wow, he's taking a real shot at this. Country isn't in the best spot right now, but had an amazing time. I hate to hear that. I know Lebanon's been sort of destabilized by sort of like civil wars and stuff, right? Like they're fighting over who gets control of the government. So that must have been quite an adventure kind of heading over there, knowing that there was maybe some risky areas or something. Little instability, right? But that's also a bit of an adventure too. And it sounds like you got away unscathed, so that's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, we're 11 deep on that. Cool. There we go. Discord message says NHCC. Let's see what Mr. NHCC is talking about. He says, oh, right. Let's see. How many slabs fit? Because I know I have 35 slabs and a Venom coin. I definitely would prioritize. Okay, you want the Venom. I'm going to try and remember this stuff. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of slabs, and you got plenty of raw product, too. Yeah, you got a ton of stuff. Let me go ahead and write this up over here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He says, at the border. Market be crazy. Yeah, the market is crazy. Okay, cool. Look at that. 11 out of 26 all of a sudden for the Espeon. Mr. Monty Body taking a big shot in there. You know, if you miss, you're out. You're like out 200. Now, let's take a quick look at that thing you were asking about, Mr. NHCC. He is asking about these. All right. So you've got these 9.5 Hollow Girls. And they're for sale for commission, right? But I feel like they won't really go for much. This one might. We'll price this one carefully. But these hollow ones, they're really not worth too much. And so I was wondering, what would you like me to price these at? Can they be priced at like $8 maybe? Maybe like $8 starting out? And then you wrote these. Now, are these free for the Waifu Shuffle? Are you telling me to place these into the Waifu Shuffle for free? They actually won't fit. The Waifu Shuffle box is completely full. There's no more room in the box. What I could do is just regular giveaways on these. Would you like me to give these away in the regular way? Somebody said they wanted the Jasoo. That's really funny. I don't even know what that is. Can I buy Jasoo? So you're saying I should buy more spots? I don't know, dude. I don't know about that. But I'm just, you know, I let people understand their odds. That's my job. Here we are. You could technically do whatever you want. You could buy half the spots. That'd be like a coin toss, and then you could lose the entire amount. Because the coin toss lands on tails instead of heads, right? I've seen orders like that. I've seen Mr. LaFlame. He would do some orders like that. It was pretty wild. Okay, so Mr. Efren Arriaga, Umbreon payment. You got it, Mr. Efren. Let's go find that. So, Efren. Let's see. This is 250. Boom. All right. Very nice. Hey, I missed the steam. How's the slab looking? If you go back, I showed it off, and it looked just fine. Nothing wrong with it at all. You finished paying that one off, and we got it and put it into the shipping pile. So now it's ready to ship when you want. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can find anything about this card. I don't even know. It's called Jisu Blackpink 2023. Okay. There's a 9 for 47. Here's a 6 for 29. Is there an 8 maybe? Oh, no, that's not an 8. All right. Here's a PSA 8 for $78, but that doesn't make any sense because you can buy a PSA 9 for like half that price. Yeah, here's the PSA 9 at $47. I'm going to be listing it under the price of $47. How much do you reduce between a 9 and an 8? 25% maybe? About $35? All right, $35. There you go. Mister, what do you call those custom booster packs again? Well, we got a couple custom booster packs from Oreo. We got a couple custom booster packs, but we have these packs called Live Customs. They're $20 a piece, and they give you a shot at a slab. They look like this. However, these are very tricky. You're more likely to get sniped out of these because they're just opened in a row from front to back. So people can kind of predict when it's hot. So be careful in there. And then there's another type of custom booster pack, very popular. Here it is. The Poke Shuffles. These are $5 a piece, and you can't really get sniped out of them because every time you open up a Poke Shuffle, we split the deck. We split it, and so you get a random spot out of there. Then we have these other things. These are new. These are called Raw Shuffles, and they've had a little bit of interest. Raw Shuffles basically contain ungraded cards, and I'm working harder to kind of stuff those with interesting cards these days. Okay? All right, so Jisu 35. There's a menu in the description along with links you can use to pay. Prices are in it as well. Whatever price Mr. chooses, I'm cool. All right, I'm sending. So let me put this down. Let's write this. There we go. All right. And did Christopher Houghton see this? The 151s actually jumped pretty substantially. All right. So after Monty Bozzi, we have a Hunter Tipton order for a pack of English Pokemon White. Pokemon White. White people. Here we go. All right, Hunter Tipton. How long would it take to grade a card with you? Would it be live since I already got it a pre-grade? No. Grading cards with me is actually really slow now. Here it is. I might make it unavailable and not grade cards that way anymore. So TCC grading, I might make it like private. I might just internally grade some cards myself, like without a grade on them or something. Here's the thing. I have the ability to grade cards, just like before. Nothing's really changed. I know the entire encapsulation process. I have all the ink I need, all the labels, all the slabs, empty slabs. Thing is, it's not worth my time. That's the problem. It's not worth my time. Card grading's not worth my time. I'm better off sending cards to tag grading. I have a great deal with tag grading. It's actually a really fantastic deal. They have a pretty decent turnaround time, a pretty decent price, and I like that. I like that I have a contract with them. So I guess you could say times are kind of changing with me. You know, we have our own internal grading, which we had worked on pretty hard for a while. We graded like 10,000 cards together. And what's changing is that now I have a contract deal with sort of like a grading company, and I like working on that. And we're grading 500 cards with them, and I kind of just want to focus on that a little bit. Plus, that's kind of more time efficient for me. Like, I don't specialize in card grading. I don't have like a team of card encapsulators or graders or anything like that. So it all has to be done by hand by me. It's very personal, and I can't keep up. I can't keep up. even with almost no grades in queue, I can't keep up with just the regular work that I have. I have regular work, preparing shipments, working with the accountant. The accountant needs help right now. Working on submissions, acquiring product. You know, I have to acquire like some insane amount of product every week in order to keep up. And if I don't, then sales nosedive. I have to buy stuff. And yeah, so yeah, I'm so busy. And now, you know, John's gone, obviously. He's gone to Hawaii. I could either double down on TCC grading and work really hard to find a replacement. So find somebody who wants to get into card grading. I don't think Miss Alexis would like to do it. Maybe it's not really her forte. You know, it's a bit of a scrappy kind of job. You know, you have to be like an artisan, like the kind of person who would build a birdhouse or something, you know, or tinker with the little broken TV. So it's that kind of work, you know, working with the encapsulator and the labels and all that. And I don't know if it's her forte. She's doing great at the shipping, but she doesn't show a lot of interest in the encapsulation. Although she ever did, we could definitely begin grading again. But if I had to do the encapsulation personally, I just, you know, I've done it a couple times now. I sit down there and I think to myself, I'm like, what am I doing? My time is so valuable when I work on other things. This is not what I should be working on. And really, I should be sending cards off to a company that has a team of encapsulators. So it's kind of like if my whole job was just being the trash man. Not the trash man, but, you know, you get it. So sort of like a repetitive labor-esque kind of job. I should not be doing that. I should be working on other things because I excel. I notice some of the most high-level stuff I do. Spot on the mega list. Oh, Bill. Bill Barron, the mega sublist or the mega evolutions? I'm assuming he means the mega sublist. Oh, yeah, he said it, the mega sublist. Oh, this is tricky. That says mega evolutions and that says mega sublist. Ooh. All right. So here you go, Bill. Tag doesn't grade anime. I want to grade the other Y signature I have with you. That's why I asked. I think your label looks great. Oh, I really like that. Tag does grade Weiss cards is what I understand. So I think they're constantly expanding what they grade. You could test it out. But then there's also PSA. PSA will definitely grade it. But yeah, I think that, you know, time-wise, I'm better off just maybe outsourcing the grading to another company, especially Tag's giving me a good deal. I should take advantage of that. But so there might be a time period now where I take a little break from Cardconomist grading, and not because I'm not passionate about grading and not because I don't, you know, love having my own setup, but because it's just, I just don't have the time. I have a time problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I had an encapsulator, if I had a gentleman who was doing encapsulations for me, we could get that up and running again. But again, I don't know if I want to work on bringing another guy in and training him and hoping he doesn't have any problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There it is. All right, nice. Discord message, mister. Send the equipment to me and I can work for you, TCC. No, we would never do that. We would never do that. The equipment has to be right here where we can have a monitoring equipment on it. Okay, let me mark this on red. I only blank to, oh, I can say goon. I only goon to anime girls. You can't take a break. I still have a 6 to 8 TCC grade cards to be finished. Here we are. All right. Yes. So you're saying you have some in the queue, right? Is that what you're saying? We are. I'm good into that Jisu card RN. Put it in the middle. Put that off to the side, actually. That's sold, okay? What do the numbers on the cards mean? $40 is the price of a break. 1 in 12 refers to your odds in the break. What do you think of Burning Shadows Charizard GX BGS 9.5 as an investment? Nah. Don't do it, man. That's going to regrade into a PSA 9. You know it will. All right, somebody give me a break number. What do I think of the new Journey Together set? I like it. I think it's overshadowed by a lot of better sets. We're actually going to take 2 numbers from the crowd. So Patrick is 4 and Troy is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Troy is 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, a double shuffle there. What's that about? Well, normally we have a list that gets shuffled, but we don't. It's a static list. So since it's static, we'll just split the booster packs twice. Here goes. NHCC, Lou Casta, Robert Tumman, 2-man, Bill Barron, Zachary Stecks, Alicia Brown, Robert Tumman. Oh, that looked a lot like it, didn't it? But that is a blank energy card. Okay, Bill Barron, Robert Tumman. Wow, on 9, Robert Tumman on 9. I'm so sorry, Bill. That is exactly how the cookie crumbles. I'm so sorry, dude. That's pretty rough. Robert Tumman, he had 3 spots in there, though. If it makes you feel better, Bill, that guy took a really serious shot at the Mega Sublist himself. So you both did. You took a number of spots, and he took a number of spots. It was almost like a coin toss between you two, and he got the coin toss. Holy. All right, the next round begins. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry about that, Bill. All right. I'm devouring pizza rolls watching you play with shiny cardboard. Nice. All right. So let's go ahead and grab these. Ugh. Ooh, 1. Oops, 1. And I can never find Pokemon cards. I have to go 30 minutes away from my house just to get a chance of getting cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, 6, 7, and 8. And a 9. And, Mr. I sent a message to you on Discord. Oops, 10. There we go. All right. So the person who pulled it this time would be Robert Tumman on 9. There it is. Congratulations, Mr. Robert. He must feel pretty good about that. Dang, dude, you both went deep on that. Now I'm going to grab this. Where is my Gengar? He would be over here. We're going to say Robert Tumman. And we're going to write Mega. Oh, yeah. I love the little marker sounds. Do you buy cards from your local stores? I do not. There we go. That means the Mega is up to 3 out of 8. And we're working on the 4th round of the Mega now. That's one of the fastest moving breaks. It really is. It moves quite quickly. People are interested in that card. If you come back to TCC, then I'll stay instead of switching because you know I love TCC slabs. That'd be cool. Show Pop-Tart the other Blackpink card. Forget the waifu shuffle. The other Blackpink card. Was there more than one? I thought there was only one. You know, I only see one Blackpink card. There wasn't 2 of them. There we are. All right. So, I mean, unless it's over there in your box and I just didn't pick it up. What do we have? We just finished that order. We have an order from Jonathan Bagunas. He says, Jasu Slab. All right, so this goes to Jonathan Bagunas. Here you go, man. The waifu shuffle donation. This one is the waifu shuffle donation. Yeah, this one said waifu shuffle on the front. I remember I have a Dragonite to be graded by you. The other day, you said you have no time. Yes, that one will be sent to tag grading, I suppose, huh? Jonathan A.G. Bagunas. Okay. I still don't understand how all this works, but I'm going to subscribe and figure it out, says David. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. All right, Mr. NHCC. Let's get this paid out. About 25.5. That little half is always confusing, isn't it? All right, 89.9. $89.5. Did I say 89.9? There you go. And there we have it. There was a couple other cards that we priced up for Mr. NHCC last night. There we go. Let's see. So here are some of the other cards of his that have been priced up. If you guys didn't see that last night. Favorite Pokemon, mister? Pikachu. So we got 9.5 Radiant Alakazam and this $39 Pristine 10 Holographic Girl from Azure Lane. I don't know if that will sell. The thing is, those are just standard holos. Here is 2 more cards. Why do you have a 0.5, mister? Because when you do the math on it, it comes out to like $25.50. So I put the 0.5 on it to give you that $0.50. Here's Pikachu. Sometimes I round up or down. Like if it was 25.2, I would have just rounded down. Or if it was like 25.8, I would have just rounded up. But when it's at the half point, I just give it at 0.5. So there's some more. Didn't you have a Donald Trump card? Says Jesus. There's Donald Trump booster packs you can open. They're called the Playboy Trump packs. They're very popular, actually. We've opened a ton of them, and we've pulled a couple Trump cards out of there. And if you pull a rainbow Trump card, which nobody has, and it grades 10, I would bet you could list that for around $10,000. All right. Brian Diaz, 1 slot in the AO pack break. You got it, Brian Diaz. Here you go, Brian. Thank you, everyone, for the likes. I see we're already at the halfway point without even asking. Pretty good. Daytime stream kills it, man. Daytime stream does really good. All right. Up here. Ta-da. The pack split. Sent for the 2 Pokey NHCC slaps, says Mr. Ivan. All right, sounds good. 1 and a 2. Really? How much are they? Oh, the Playboy Trump packs. Here they are. And I believe they're $10 a pack. They look like this. You've seen them before. And these are super cool because while they're mostly Playboy girls, and by the way, there's no nudity, there's nothing inappropriate. It's just girls in like swimsuits, basically. It's like the 1970s. They weren't as inappropriate back then. They're pretty tame, in fact, compared to some Weiss sets. But you have a chance for Donald Trump to show up because he was once on the cover of Playboy magazine. So it's a vintage Playboy card with Donald Trump, young Donald Trump on it. It's really funny. And when you look that card up on eBay, it actually sells for a ton of money, especially if it grades well. So that's what people like to do with that. They like to open it up and get it graded. Mr. Heath, Weiss Marvel, Volume 3. Yes, the new Marvel set. Here we are. Good. Look at that. So this just hit the table. It's brand new, everybody. Okay. Mr. Heath. Oh, look at this lady. She's so crazy. You got 1 White Widow. No Bill Clinton Playboy packs? Bill Clinton, huh? All right, Heath with an H. No. Maybe we should have some more stuff like that because I didn't expect a political card to do so well on the table. But then again, Trump's actually president right now. So it's a fun time to look into that. Ugh. All right. Do you guys like my title today? Mister, I'm tired of Pokemon. Can you talk about politics now? What is there to talk about? There was a shooting today at an ICE detention center. And it was a sniper on a rooftop from far away. And he shot into like an ICE detention facility. He actually killed an inmate. And so he actually killed like a Mexican dude or something. I don't know the full details, but that's not fair, you know. And then he shot 3 other people. They were all inmates. So I don't know, maybe from really far away, he couldn't truly tell who he was shooting. I'm betting that's what it was. Or maybe he just wanted to cause chaos or something. I don't know. Well, this guy was shooting from far away. And on his bullets were anti-ICE messages. And so that's all over the news right now. All right. Mr. Robert Breeding, Trump Playboy cards, 5 packs. You got it, Mr. Robert. Can I pre-grade on my Trump card in my bag? Should have a $9 store credit, says Vicky Main. We could definitely do that. You know, I'll probably forget to do that unless I do it right now. Let's see. You say you got a little store credit? Does Christopher Houghton know he's got $10? There we go. Yeah, I feel sorry for the victims of the shooting. And I think, you know, the ICE detention facility will have to do more to make sure that the people inside are safe. Because that's not fair to be shot at just because you're there. Oh, here, look at this. NHCC, you had one more dollar on this card, so you actually have one more dollar. We need to update that. Victor, you have $9. I don't see it. Is it because we didn't ship you or something? You are? You sure you have $9? So over here, maybe I didn't write it down. So take a look at this, Mr. NHCC. There's $1 over here. We're going to transfer it to here. That makes it 90.5. Another week, another crazy event. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I guess the gunman killed himself too. I don't know. Here it is. I'll send it in. My mistake. No problem, man. Anti-ICE, he kills the inmates. You know, my bet is that it's probably pretty hard to tell who you're shooting at from super far away. Like, you can't get the details on the person from so far away. It's really pretty evil. He was probably hoping to assassinate federal ICE officers, and those guys are doing what the federal government told them to do, and some of them are probably just working a job to a certain degree, kind of like cops, you know, like some people really hate cops. Oh man, these cops, they hate everybody, but you know, they're doing a very controversial job of finding people who are here who are undocumented and sending them home, which is basically U.S. law. That's U.S. law to do that. And so they're doing a very controversial job, and they wear masks in order to not be identified by what, like crazy people, I guess, or people who want to shoot and kill their family, maybe like the cartel, I don't know. And it's a really fascinating time period because Gavin Newsom just passed a law in California making it illegal to wear masks in California for law enforcement officers. So a lot of people are talking about that too. Like, it's pretty obvious why they wear face masks, is so that the cartel doesn't identify them and have them, again, their family or them shot, killed, kidnapped, any of those things, their house set on fire. And yeah, it's an interesting thing. We are. So the subject of legal and illegal immigration is a really hot... Oh, there it is. Mr. Robert. That's Mr. Trump right there. You got it. Wow, it's so weird. There's sort of like a green blob over his face, and they don't all have that, but this one does. I wonder what causes that. I don't know if PSA grades against that. Look, he's like an alien or something. There we are. Okay. So that is it, guys. That's what you're looking for in this set. It's not a rare card. This is like a common. And although you don't pull it every pack, you might pull it every like 20 packs or something, you know. I see a little scratch down here and right here. So this one's not going to grade 10, but it is a better looking copy. You got it. Yeah, it is miscolored. I don't know if PSA counts that against the grade, though. I don't know if they look at the coloring and go, nah, you can't have a 10 on that. But you might want another one. Now, here's the interesting thing. Amongst these cards, they have like a rare card, and it's a rainbow-colored rarity. And so if you can get the Playboy Trump card, and it's also a rainbow rarity, that's going to go to the moon. That's going to be really valuable. All right, so we'll just jump through these real fast. But that's good. You've done well on that. You've probably just made back all your money and more. I think I just sold a PSA 8 of that guy for like $85 or something. It's a misprint. With everything going on, they passed open carry law in Florida. I disagree in this. Yeah. The whole gun debate, you know, if everyone has guns, we're safer. It is. I genuinely do think the crazy guy next door is a bigger risk to me than my tyrannical government. And that's a... Oh, here it is. Look, that is a rainbow card. So now you guys know what that looks like. So you're trying to pull one of those rainbow cards. There we go. You're trying to pull a rainbow card, but you're hoping that it won't be this. You want it to be Trump. And if you can pull that, again, whatever it grades, it's going to be super valuable. But if it grades 10, it's going to be nuts because these are hard to grade. Okay, cool. Next, it'll be illegal for cops to have a window tint. Well, I mean, obviously, the law was designated to obviously mess around with the ICE federal agents, but it's an interesting thing because the federal government doesn't have to obey those laws. So it's like it was really just political theater because it doesn't apply to federal officers. There it is. All right. The state doesn't have the ability to impede a federal, operation. I was actually listening to those legal expert group on TikTok, and they're like, yeah, it's all just, you know, to make it look nice. Here's this. Here's this. Here's this. And here's this. But, you know, it's the shooting that just occurred is sort of almost too good. The timing is almost too good because it just reinforces why those officers hide their faces, is because it's they're going to get doxxed. And again, somebody in their family is going to get killed, murdered, kidnapped. Their house is going to get set on fire, whatever it is. There it is. Because people are crazy. They're a little bit crazy these days. Mr. Robert, let's grab your bag. Okay, Robert. I think it is pretty safe to say people are ready to do some pretty bad things right now. Okay. The Chromium Refractor Trump card last sold raw for $400. Damn. So he's saying the ungraded Rainbow Trump card sold for $400. That's nuts, man. We're looking for Robert Breeding. Did you say you need a new bag? Robert Breeding. New bag, Robert. Hello, just chilling, waiting on students right now. Very cool. Hope you're having a nice day, Miss Tammy. I can't really think of any other big news. Did any other big news happen in the last 24 hours? We were supposed to be raptured, guys. Do you guys know what the Christian rapture is? The Christian rapture is a belief that was made up in the 1800s by evangelicals that, you know, there's going to be like trumpets playing, you're all going to float into heaven, but not the non-believers. They're all going to be at home crying, going, we didn't believe them. We didn't listen. We are. And so I consider it a sort of a fringe Christian belief. And they're constantly calling for the end of the world, saying it's going to end. And I guess some guy went viral on TikTok this time saying, oh yeah, it's ending. And everyone was like, yeah, I believe him. And it got so crazy that people not everybody, but some people started showing that they were selling their cars. They're saying, I'm not going to need it. I'm getting raptured. We're all gone this week. And so people really believe that stuff. And I've witnessed this multiple times over my lifetime now, where like people sell everything. They buy RVs. They start traveling because they're sure it's the end of the world. They quit their jobs. They get rid of their inheritances, whatever it is. Because why would you need any of that? You're going to be in heaven in a week. They raided David's house. Yeah, that's that guy with the dead girlfriend that was found in the back of his car, the musician. You know who else has big news? My mom. Nobody knows when the world's going to end. That's right. That's actually in Christian scripture, that no one knows when the world ends. And these guys are always so confident that they know when the world ends. It's like, bro. Okay, Madi Bazi, let's get 5 raw customs. Also, do you show us what slabs are available in the live customs? So we show what's available in the Poke Shuffle. We can't show what's in the live customs. You can track and record it and show everyone what eventually was pulled. But the reason we don't show it on demand is because it kind of reveals the number of spots in between the slabs. Like you can actually use that information to sort of get a better outcome on the live customs. So that's why we don't show them. The live customs are always like slabs between a value of like typically like $80 to $300. And so, and there's almost always one big hit in the box. Maybe I can show that off. Let's see. I don't think I'm supposed to show these off. What do you guys think? You think showing off the big hit's a bad idea? What's this one? There. Yeah, it's got good stuff in it, but I don't want to reveal. It needs to be a surprise. So with the live customs, those will remain a surprise. But the Poke Shuffles themselves, those always can be shown off. I think the problem is people are too good at the live customs. They genuinely are. There are people who can like track. They can track like when the big card's coming out. And then if they see like a price tag on it or they know what it is, it just gives them this advantage. So I just kind of keep it all a secret. And that's it for the live customs. If it's going to reveal, don't. Yeah, it gives them an edge. It gives them an advantage. Okay, but you asked for 5 raw customs. Let's get it. All right. The raw customs box contains exactly what it says. Raw custom cards. These work a lot like the Poke Shuffles now. There's very cold packs and very hot packs. Not a lot of very hot packs, lots of very cold packs, because that's how they balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how well you do on your 5 cards, though, your 5 packs. Ready? You used to not stock them on screen. Now that you do it, it's traceable. Yeah, but that's very, it's sort of like random almost. Like you have to be watching and you have to be ready. But you're right. They are done on screen from time to time. It is Marshadow Dust Nord. Oh, that's pretty cool. So these are the Halloween hollows. That's neat. Cool. So this is like if you open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs of the Halloween trick-or-treats. What's this? Is that more of that? Oh, a little poker card. Okay, here's a little Disney bicycle poker card. These are gradable, by the way. I've graded them before. Snorlax, that's nice. Okay, Camerupt. All right. Oh, you got some full arts here. And what do we have here? Oh, more of the Halloween stuff. Here it is. Okay. And then finally, very nice, an Iona. All right, cool. So you just opened about $50 of these and you walk away with this, a nice Iona. This is strictly a promo. You can't pull this out of a regular booster pack. You got a whole bunch of hollows from the Trick or Trades. You got 2 full arts from the Korean sets. There's an old Sun and Moon hollow. This is a Sun and Moon hollow. There's a nice Mimikyu and a Master Ball Espeon. That's not too bad, but there's better hits in there for sure. It is. I think there is anyways. You know, I can't remember what's been pulled out of here. People pull some of the hits out, and then I don't remember what's still in there because a long time passes. But Raw Shuffles look like they're ready for a restock almost. Okay, there is Pop 1 on the Trump Refractor through PSA. Nice. So it's pretty rare. Mr. Monty Bazzi. All right. So, a fresh bag situation? Are we on a fresh bag? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. You used to not stock them on screen. Discord message. All right, hold on with the Discord messages, guys. Hold on. I got to service these live orders. You know, they're in queue. Okay, he says, no, I've got one. Okay, Monty Bazzi. It's not super old. It's not a year old, right? Let's go looking. Let's see. Mark. I don't think it would be a year old. Here's Maurice. Mark, Matt, Matthew, Matt, Marissa, Mark, Marco. Malcolm, Matthew, Mark, Marcus, Matt, Mark, Manuel, Marius, Mary Kay. Mary Kay has a bag over here. That's crazy. Slabs aren't stored in bags. Oh, he says I've got... are you saying he's just got slabs? Matthew, Maximilian, Manuel, Mark. So I didn't see a bag, Mr. Monty Bazzi. Can you describe it a little bit to me? Was it like a box? Like, was it a huge amount? Is it possible it was a year old? I just slabs. Okay, you just have slabs. Okay, cool. So that's no problem at all. And what we're doing here is creating a bag for ungraded cards. So they're kind of stored separately, if you didn't know that. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, they're stored separately from each other. 10.25. Cool. Okay, we'll place this over here. Here's Kara Nichols, grade my wife's signature card, TCC grading. I'm going to reject that, okay, for the TCC grading. Actually, I'm going to put a pause on TCC grading. We were just talking about that. I think I'm going to put a pause on TCC grading. Let's see. We're going to hit save on that. Okay, I apologize for that, Kara Nichols. Let's go find the item. I could send it off to tag if you'd like, but I think I'm going to take a pause from that and think more on whether I want to keep doing that for now. We are. Hey, mister, in your menu, why does the interspecies reviewer have the C word in there? The C word? Oh, does it say coming soon? Wait, let me see. It doesn't say that. It says enter reviewer. I think a while back. Oh, it's listed under Weiss English. Interesting. Okay, that's got to come off. That is out of date. And obviously the inside joke for that is that it's kind of a naughty set. But that is actually a Japanese set. And so now it's on the menu. It's cheaper, actually. It's 6.5 per pack, $65 per box. It's actually cheaper on arrival. Okay, what do we got? So you want to send off one of your Animu cards, right? And it is Weiss Signature. So it's probably going to be back here. There it is. Is that right? Okay. Very nice. If all Pokemon disappeared tomorrow, what would you do? Well, I mean, I would assume the Pokemon got raptured and I didn't. And I would scream like, I didn't listen. I should have listened. All right. Let me mark this unread. All right. I see your message, by the way, Mr. NHCC. You want to crack open a slab. I can crack open a slab for you, but it'll be a $5 fee to have me do that, okay? Okay. Kara Nickel, I can actually send this off to Tag Grading if you'd like for $30. Or we can do it PSA, but that's $39. What's wrong with that Gengar? It's been on the table for a while now, and they usually don't even make it before it sells. Here it is. Very nice. I have sold about 20 of those now. It could be the case there's not as many people who are still needing it. So, you know, we have a community that doesn't infinitely expand. So if it's the same, I don't know, like 200 people or something like that, or 300 people, and I've sold about 20 of these by now, all the people who are interested in it, maybe they've already got them. That's a problem with breaks too. Breaks, if you do the same break over and over again, it stops going because people go, I don't need it anymore. Each time somebody wins the break, sure, I guess I'll send it to Tag. Okay, sounds good. Each time somebody wins the break, that person is no longer interested in the next break of the same card. Pretty interesting, right? All right. Oops. I'm going to close out of here. And we'll jump back over here. All right. Who is next? Okay, Kushal says he had already paid for shipping. Very good. Now we have an order from Heath Davis, Japanese Mega Brave. Heath Davis. 1 Mega Brave, you say. Oh, here it is. Very mega, very brave. Do you think that maybe we have the possibility of a love relationship? Who's we? You and your hairy girlfriend? She's very hairy, but I think she's a lovely specimen. There we go. She could give you a D1 athlete. There we go. Very nice, Mr. Heath. Ta-da. Okay. Hey, Mr. How are you today? What's up, Mr. Grid? Heath with an H. Good. Very good. All right. Yo. Okay. I don't know what I'm saying over here. It's terrible. Kara Nichols is done. The Heath Davis order is done. Let's get a card up on the table, shall we? Let's see. No, let's just rotate these. Here's Waluigi at $50. Here is the Mangalaw with 6 spots left. And here is a lovely Topps Machamp. I feel like he should get listed. So we have Ivan saying 2 back Poke Slabs. 2 back. Ivan Rodriguez. Oh, I know what you're saying. He's talking about these. All right, we got it. So that's for NHCC. It turns into $75. Let's turn that into... Here it is. Oh, no. Okay, so it's about... Let's see. Let's grab your card over here, Mr. NHCC. So you got about 145 now. 145. That's pretty easy, huh? NHCC. Sarcasm didn't share translating text. Mr. Any Sword and Shield slabs on the table. Oh, I wish. If you're looking to see our vast offering of slabs, be sure to jump into the Discord server what we've been working on, we take a picture of all of our cards, and so you can head in there and see what's for sale. I can show you real fast. We're very diligent about that now. We actually work quite hard on it. So we go to like this All Slabs channel that looks like this, and lots of options over here. You can scroll through it and see what we've had up on the table. It'll say if it's already sold. It'll say like Venusaur sold, for example. And there's just tons of stuff to choose between. Now, but Sword and Shield cards, probably not a lot of offers there because those have mostly all sold, I'd say. And we're not grading a lot of Sword and Shield anymore. What are we grading? We grade weird stuff. I grade tons of weird stuff. Okay, let's see. Am I getting a $4 refund? Am I getting a $4 Yes. Yes, you are. Okay. Okay, Ivan Rodriguez. Lovely. Let me go correct that for you right now. Sorry, I would have done that sooner. My brain wasn't sure if you wanted the PSA or if you wanted the tag. The way he said Discord, accent on the second syllable. Yes. I sent a ZELLE over an hour ago. Did I miss it? Let me take a quick look. Let me hit refresh. So we did get a Zach order like at the beginning of the stream, wasn't it? And you had sent in for, is that right? The Charizard break. Is that right? And I believe we did service that. It is Pokemon Go, Mr. Zach. You know what I didn't do? I don't think I wrote it on the slab. I should do that real fast. Other than that, I don't see any other orders. Number 1. That's the new break, is this Radiant Charizard. The Rapture title is clickbait. Not at all. I got raptured, and so that's why I'm selling all my Pokemon cards. That's very serious, actually. Okay, and how dare you, by the way? So, click. Oh, right. We're helping Miss Kara Nichols. Let's jump over here. I didn't see the one. Good catch. I forgot to write it down. All right, we're going to issue this refund. Oops. Okay. Issue refund. So, let's see. Mr. Sean says, Spot and Jolteon, Spot and Espeon. Thank you for giving me a chance for the eBay job. Yes, so we're going to give you a chance at the eBay job. That's what we're doing. It's not like a job, you know. It's not like a 9 to 5. It's more like this chore you could work on each day, and one day it turns into like $150. So it's kind of cool. I actually just paid the other guy $150. So Spot on Jolteon, Spot on Espeon. Ooh, very interesting. I'm here to collect on your debt. TCC, $4. You kidnapped Kitty for me. Here's this. Collect on your debt. There we go. Here's Mr. Sean. I've had to have a call from a debt collector before from FedEx. If you don't pay your import fees, like within 2 weeks or something, boom, debt collector. They do not wait. They say, send it to the debt collector. And I never pay the debt collector. I always go back to FedEx and be like, let me just pay you guys. It's crazy how fast they send it over there. You barely get a chance to react. It's like, man, I got like a million things going on. The problem with it is they don't have a system where they can charge my account, where they have my finances, so they could just charge my account. But the problem is when somebody sends cards to me, I guess if they don't have my account number, FedEx can't charge me. But also, FedEx says on their own website, don't share your account number with anyone. So it's like, oh, brother, dude, like, what am I supposed to do? There is one guy I work with, and he has said, maybe you should give me your account number. And I was like, well, maybe. I'm not sure. Why would FedEx say not to do that? If they want you to do that, it just doesn't make any sense. But, you know, here we go. We're just two scrappy business guys. We're not like Target and Walmart doing business with the big company. So, I don't know. The Heartbreak, moving by a spot. Cool. Instead of Rapture, I want Velociraptor. I'm in Australia and get FedEx scam notifications a couple of times. Yeah, I've had that happen with a couple companies too, but these were real. Here we are. There is a quick way to find out how they're real, and that is to actually get sort of like the transaction ID number or get the tracking number and then go to the actual official website or call the help center for FedEx and be like, do I really owe money for this? And they're like, mm-hmm. We are? Ooh. Yeah, you gotta be careful because they'll ask for money. The scammers will. Dude, they're nuts, man. They try so hard at this stuff with like AI voices, and now you gotta be real careful. Okay, Victor Kiko, pre-grade the Trump card. You got it, man. Victor Kiko. Let's see, if you've got a Trump card, it'd be way up here. Were you the guy who was opening the Trump packs? No, that was Robert Breeding who was opening it. But you've got one. That's what's going on. Is that it? Yes, sir. That's what's going on. Okay. I chuckle because we don't have FedEx here. Oh, that's funny. You don't have FedEx in Australia? You definitely have FedEx in Australia. Well, I know I receive deliveries from FedEx. Maybe what it does is it transfers to FedEx. I got mine for the jumbo packs. For real. That's so crazy. Speaking of the jumbo packs, you all know we've got a fresh jumbo pack running right here. And it's only got one spot left in it, right? One $40 spot, and this goes off. See, there's 3 cards in there. Okay. Okay. Now, time for the pre-grade. Double tap the screen to like the stream. Mister, I'm going to slab away the PSA 10 Shining Raichu. Is that for sale? Or I thought I took that down. Hold on, let me see. Shining Raichu, I don't think that's for sale. Pricey September. Hold on, give me a second. Don't do it yet, because I swear I took that one away. Sent some ETH for a big order. Ooh. Okay, let's just see, shall we? So right off the bat, there's a dimple up there. Some kind of scratch here. Some dots in the center there. 2 dimples here. A big print line right there. Scuff marks there. Back of the card looks good. Corners look good. Centering slightly to the thin on the right, but just slightly. So all things considered, I would probably, and remember, this is an estimate grade. This isn't a real grade, but I would probably estimate this to be an 8. 8 or worse, could be a 7. Okay. My Trump has a green face too. I think that's pretty common actually, but look, there's more skin showing on him. Here's this lady looking up at him. Man, I need a girl to look at me like that. Holy man. Okay. Very nice. I like the outfits too. It makes you think of the 80s. When was this? This one was printed in 1990. Oh, okay. So that's the cover of 1990 Playboy. Cool. Can you pre-grade my life? I could, but you might not like the grade. All right. Let's see. I'm seeing several missed opportunities. This is the one that got away. I'm seeing, it looks like you got a C+ average in school. I'm just kidding. All right. Nobody wants to look over their life like that. Wow, we do have a really big order from Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. He's not kidding. He just sent over a $959 order. Team Rocket Grunt, 949, my bad. 949. If no one took it, change my Zard spot to finish the jumbo. Oh, really? Let me set that right here. And give me a second here. We have an order from Robert Breeding for 5 live customs. Robert Breeding, 5 live. Here goes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. Oh, no. Oh, Robert, I'm so sorry, man. That is very possible to do in the live customs, is to have 5 cold ones in a row. That's very possible. So sorry, man. Tell you what, why don't I get you some free cards, Mr. Robert? I hate to see it. The Shining Raichu is in the Pricey September channel. Right, I thought I removed it. Didn't I remove it? Sorry, the pictures were still loading. Sometimes Discord does that to me. Discord. He's for 8K. Let's see, we're going to put 1. Maybe he was kept in there. 2, 3, 4, 5. These are totally gradable. Look, you got a baby Yoshi. I'm just making a little bit better for you, Mr. Robert Breeding. I hate to see how tough that was. So I make it a little bit better. Hey, maybe you grade this baby Yoshi with PSA and he grades 10. This, and then you got a little baby Yoshi card. I don't know. But I didn't like how cold that was. That was pretty rough. If you get the new phone, can you tell me how it is? I'm considering getting it. I haven't made a purchase of it yet. Right now, there's more important things for money to go toward, like new and upcoming sets like Gem 3, Mega Evolution, Phantasmal Flames. There's like all these really big sets right now, so I am money tight at the moment. 3, 4, 5. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about picking that up and having it replace the current phone, which I think this phone's 2 or 3 years old. It might be 3 years. I don't remember when I started using this. And again, this was Robert Breeding, right? I'm still using my iPhone XR. I appreciate you, mister. Well, I appreciate you, and I'm sorry about your tough round there. Do I need to get you a new bag? I think I might need to get you a new bag. Sometimes a little bonus pulls makes it not so painful. You never know. Again, your luck might not be so bad if just one of those graded 10. Let's get your fresh bag. Yes. I like the baby Yoshi one right there. If he were to grade 5, I think that'd be a nice thing. I just had a new bag. That's what I thought. I thought I just created you a new bag. Add some stability to those. So, did I not put it in the RO box? Is that what I did? Oh, I put it in the RY box like a dummy. All right, here we go. Very nice. Good. I'm bad at the trump cards. All right, you know what? That Raichu might be fine to put into this, to slab away. I think I was really on the line about whether I wanted to keep it or not. Let's just see. There's one Shining Raichu for 20,000. There's one for 20,000. Oh, did he just sell? Is that what changed? So if he just sold, that's not our price anymore. So on September 1st, one sold for 6,000, then August 5,000, then 5,000. So the problem is his price has changed. Wow, there's a Japanese one for $30,000. So the problem is his price has changed. That's the problem. There used to be one for 8,000 and not anymore. With such a prestigious card, we would definitely check that before it gets sold. I would like to reprice it to 20,000, which I don't think it would sell at that ridiculous price. I think 8,000 is really high anyways. But the truth is, it sold for 6,000 on September 1st. And so to jump from 6 to 8 is not that crazy. It is a lot of money, but in terms of like percentages, it's like you've seen a card jump from 600 to 800 or from 60 to 80, right? You've seen that before. So 6,000 to 8,000, it looks like a big number, but for some rich, I don't know, maybe some millennial guy who inherited millions from his dead grandparents, it's not that crazy of a change. And he's got the money for it. But if it's not for sale online, then that number is no longer accurate. I'm going to say Raichu price change. 12 certs sold for 6,000 on September 1st. That's right. That's what I was just saying, I think. I was saying that an old cert of it sold for... Oh, wait, you're saying it was a 12 cert. That's a recent certification. Let me see that. I'm curious about that, too. That's a lot of money. But the problem is the only ones for sale are a ridiculous price. Oh, yeah, that's nice, man. I'm jealous of that. That's a nice-looking card. Here we are. Those newer certs are a nice thing, aren't they? But I think despite that, again, we're probably just going to sit and wait on that card. Ah, my eye's so itchy. Mr. Collect just said the PSA is going to increase the grading and turnaround time, says Rain Brian. Whew. I better work on some PSA grading then, because we don't have... Did they say when they're going to do that? Are they going to do that at the start of the next month? I better get the current submission out before it changes then, because I don't want to have to grade all your guys' cards, and it's all more expensive. But I would not be surprised by that. PSA grading is so valuable still to this day. You know, when I got started, PSA grading was like, it was like $8. $8. And you only paid taxes on $8 grading too, by the way. The taxes count. Now it's like, this is getting really expensive. Here is an order from Madi Bazi, 2 Live Customs. Whoa, all right. So let me make sure that no one else ordered those. We have to make sure we do these exactly in order. That's right, very important. So, let's see. By the way, what did he say? No way, I got 3 lives. Mr. Team Rocket, wait, are you saying you really did? Did you send me like a message in Discord for that? Let's see. I don't see a message in Discord. We better talk. Team Rocket Grunt, you didn't really get... I ordered some too, says Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. All right, so when it comes to live customs, it's very important that we do things exactly in order. And when did you order them? Can you tell me? Like, I sent it on PayPal. Oh, I see. So it goes like this. Let's see. Sean Gallagher, Madi Bazi, Team Rocket Gun. You're right after him, I'm afraid. I can send you photos of it if you need video or photo evidence, okay? So I can send you that. It goes Madi Bazi, 2 Live Customs, then Team Rocket Grunt, sent over Ethereum, 2 Prismatic Lucario, 3 Live Customs. Oh my God, if you miss it, you're gonna be so annoyed. All right, you ready? We gotta do it in order though. Madi Bazi did order just ahead of you. Are you ready? Any pricey slabs to replace the Raichu? I mean, there's nothing like the Raichu for sale, if that's what you mean by that. Here we are. Ooh. And... oh, you're saved! Madi Bazi has missed on those 2 Live Customs. You are probably very lucky right now, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. I'm sorry, by the way, Mr. Madi Bazi. That's no good luck on those. All right, and then right after that, Team Rocket Grunt says... so it's 2 Prismatics, 3 Live Customs, 12 White, 6 Destined, 1 in the Mega Gengar, 10 Waifu Shuffles. Whoa. All right, we're starting here. What luck, dude. I thought you would have been sniped by Madi Bazi, so whatever's in there is a little more valuable. 1, 2. Oh, my God. That is some serious luck, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. All right. Wow. I thought you were going to get sniped for sure. So this has to be good then. What is it? Dark Gyarados. That's not bad. All right, picking up a Dark Gyarados. Ooh, there he is. So that is Dark Gyarados first edition from Team Rocket. Lovely. That's a pretty good start. Someone took my advice, says Whipple. What I miss, I put a life jacket on. It's cold. Shake my head. Yeah. Well, yeah, you had Robert Breeding before you went 3 deep. Remember that? Team Rocket Grunt. All right, and that's exactly why we can't always reveal what's in the box, because it's like it'll make it too easy to snipe it. There you go. Let's toss these. So live customs are a little bit of a surprise, but we got good stuff in there. You can always do this kind of documentation where, you know, if you were to go back through my streams and count the number of spots leading up to a card, you can count those up. You can write in an Excel sheet what got pulled. You can compare that to the market price. You can do all that stuff if you wish, just to see how fair the live customs are. They're very fair. When a card goes into the live custom box, it really never goes for a premium. It's always cheapest buy now. Now, so 2 Prismatics, 3 Live Customs, 12 White, 6 Destined Rival, 1 in the Mega Gengar. Let's get that 1 in the Mega Gengar. That's easy. So here you are. Okay. Ta-da. We are beginning a new era, the red pen era, guys. I told a story last night how in college I exclusively used red pens to express my fury. All right. Also, the 10 Waifu Shuffles is pretty easy. Let's start working on that. So... that's pretty interesting. 10 Waifu Shuffles is an interesting round because sometimes these get stacked up in a row. Nobody really orders them like that. So let's hope, okay, whatever we just grabbed here, let's hope that you got a couple of them stacked up in a row. Let's see. Now, on the other hand, you could get unlucky and it's a cold round, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see what kind of luck you get here. You ready? Okay, you got boobies girl. 1, 2. Oh, there you go. Perfect. All right, you got a C. That's a very good pull. All right. And you got a box of freer end. Oh, you're having a good time. And a middle of journey 10. Oh, yeah. You know, I felt like the waifu shuffle was kind of stacked and nobody was messing with it. I felt like it was stacked. Like, I don't talk about that because I'm really not supposed to. But I had this feeling, this sense about me that it was getting stacked. And I was just waiting for somebody to go in and get some waifus out of there. And the box is full and there's only this many cards in there. And I was like, there's opportunities in there. So you did a 10-spot round, and it was a high-risk move, and it definitely paid off this time. Maybe for the next guy, it won't pay off. So good luck in there. Be careful, guys. Middle of journey. Let's go find that. Not bad, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. Let's see. Oh, is it a... It actually might be a BGS slab. The middle of the journey. Here it is. Okay, and the noise. Oh, look at this. This card's in here. That's nice. It says noise signature. I think we just got that card. Why am I not seeing it? Is it a PSA card, maybe? I think maybe it's a PSA card. Oh, there you go. Okay, good. Now, he put in 200 for these spots, but look, he's at over 300. And then the box of freer ends probably close to 370, maybe 375 is my bet. Is the freer end booster box still on the menu? I don't recall what we were putting the box of freer end in for, but I think that one goes back in. So I think that's the nature of it. Also, we don't do this anymore. That whole -5 program, that's over. Here it is. We used to have a card we tick down. We don't do that anymore. Because it was taking a spot on the table. It was so ugly looking. It was like an ugly card had like a permanent spot on the table. It was so annoying. So Weiss, I bet you it is still in the menu. Let's see, Weiss Japanese, Fearin. Is it not in here? I don't see it. Oh, let's go see if I can find it. I don't know if we have a box of Fearin then. I don't even know. That's a problem. All right, I'm back, but there is no Fearin. We sold out. Now, I have the faintest memory of placing it in there for like 65 or 75 bucks or something like that. I don't remember. It wasn't a very expensive box. Fearin booster box Weiss. It says a box of Fearin's about 90. It was cheaper than that back then. It must have gone up over time. It was probably 75. That's what I recall. And I should have written that down on the card. That would have been easier. But it was 75 because I was liquidating my own Fearin boxes. Let's see. Actually, maybe I can look that up real fast. Let me see if I can just see what I was selling mine at. Here, let me see if I can do it from my phone faster. Jesus, dude. Oops. Orders. Search. Fearin. Oops. It turned into fried. Wow. It's not active, right? It's not active. I can't find it. Is it under unsold? Let's see, Fearin. I'm trying to find out what you're owed. Shoot, man. Can I please get some non-card related advice? I don't have people I can talk to. That would be unacceptable, Pennywise. Sorry, Pennywise. Let's see. Pennywise, who joined a year ago. Yeah, you can ask some questions. I don't mind. Let me do one more check, okay? Be right back. It looks like we do have it, but it's a sealed case. It's a sealed case. So talk to me, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. I'm going to give you one option or another. You can have an $80 credit or that box of Freerin. I'll leave it up to you, because what I'd like to do is leave that case sealed and sell it as a sealed case. That's what I'd like to do. But if you want the box, I'll just open it. It won't be a problem. And then we'll just sell the Freerin by the box, just like usual. So it's up to you. You can have a box of Freerin or you can have $80 store credit. I'm suspecting you might choose the store credit. It would be out of a completely sealed case, so it's a pretty good product. You might pull a nice signature. Up to you. I'll leave it completely up to you, because either way, I'm fine. It doesn't bother me either way. Team Rocket Grunt. Careful, dog. Don't ask me. I'm struggling with my mental health and want to know how others cope when they're really down in the darkness. Music. Listen to some good music, man. Listen to some good music. Get lots of sleep. Go for a healthy walk. Get out like a piece of paper and a pen and start writing what your problems are down on the piece of paper. Like diagnose the problem and then work out the smartest possible solution. And you can use AI. You can talk to like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok. You can talk to one of the big AIs and be like, how do I solve this? And then just write down your plan of action. And then you can start focusing on that subject. And, you know, if you solve your problems, you won't be depressed over your problems. If that's the real source, if you're not just, you know, low dopamine or something. If you're low dopamine, then you got to do something to fix the dopamine problem without doing something illegal or unhealthy. Just give me the credit. All right, so we'll do the store credit, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. I kind of figured you might ask for that. So you did very good today, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. How do you feel about that? You have $80 left over. You know, I've seen you do really well on this channel multiple times. Very lucky guy overall. Sometimes you have bad luck, but you mostly have good luck. So 12 of the white packs. Do I even have 12 left? And then 6 Destined Rival. Let's get that Destined Rival started. That's prismatic. Here we go. Destined Rival, everybody. This is for Team Rocket Grunt. The $950 order. Team Rocket Grunt, everybody. Mister's voice is very calming. Hey, everyone. It's me, Mr. Cardconomist. I use the Unilive hotline. Been there before. Here we are. All right. I've never used that, but I've had some tough times. I've had some depressing times. You know, some gotta feel your feelings kind of times, which guys, maybe we don't like to do that as much. But, you know, life's tough. Tough for a lot of people, you know, like maybe you've been detained by ICE. Maybe you're in the middle of the Gaza war. Maybe you're in any of the wars, like the whole Syria thing. Remember Syria? All the people displaced by that? So people are going through tough things in the world. Your life might not even be the toughest. But, you know, if you're feeling bad feelings, you can be like a car mechanic and start treating it. You don't got to get trapped in it. Some people get trapped in it like they're just in this, you know, this darkness spiral, and it's not a good thing. And it's good to break free of that. But sometimes you just got to, I don't know, like you can't just eat your cookies and get out of feeling depressed sometimes. Like people talk about, hey, maybe if I just do some drugs or something, I can just escape it. That does not always work. It works for certain types of depression, but not for larger, like global problems in your brain. You got to actually work on some of those things. Here's Moltres. I think sometimes people need something like justice or closure or a repair, like something that makes everything like right again or something. You know, girlfriend breaks up with you, wife breaks up with you, You have family trouble. You have trouble with work or school. Maybe you're just low energy. Low energy is dangerous, man. If you want to talk about depression, anxiety, those are, in my opinion, closely tied to low energy. So sometimes you just, you know, you're low energy and all these things are crashing down on you and you just don't feel like you can handle it and the world's unfair and da-da-da-da-da. You might have something really bad going on with your health or something. There's plenty, you know, there's plenty of fuel for depression. But you got to remember, your brain is basically like a big cup of, it's like a bowl of neuro soup, if you want to think of it that way. It's just a big bowl of chemicals. And if you got the wrong mix of chemicals going on up in your head, you got to fix that somehow. Yeah, like you almost have to question, like, am I feeling bad because something bad happened to me? Or do I just have the wrong brain soup today? And so it's focusing on all the bad things and can't let it go when I got all these other great things about my life. That's why they have that term, count your blessings. You know, what's really going on? Because again, there's people out there who really do have very bad lives. And then there's people who have not so great, but repairable lives, or people who have a big miserable amount of work ahead of them and they're not looking forward to that. It is. So Mabo Stiff coming out of your destined rivals. Yeah, it was pretty bad for me. When I left home when I was 17, I knew I had a lot of work ahead of me, and it's easy now because I did the work. So I've fixed it all. But when it started, I'm very much a future thinker. I like to think about what's coming, and I knew it was not going to be good. I was like, this is about to suck. And so, you know, right at the beginning of the problem, you know, you got a lot of work to do. But now I'm out of all the work. I'm on the better side of things, and now it's great. Now it's easier to be in a good mood, much easier. So if you're young and you got all these problems to solve in life, you're at the beginning of the journey. Just remember, you know, a journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first, or 1,000,000 steps starts with the first step, or 1,000 miles. That's how it goes. Journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So you just start working on it, and eventually you're done. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got to get more white flare, and I think we're just about to be sold out of white flare. I think we just got a little bit left. Let's see. I don't know. Unilive. It's Unilive. I don't know. Maybe go out and do things on your own. I like eating alone at restaurants or movies alone. I don't drink because of it. I'm also feeling them a bit too much at the moment. Oh yeah. Alcohol is not a solution. Here's when you drink alcohol. When you're just having a nice weekend with some friends or with a sexy girlfriend, do not drink alcohol because you're depressed. Huge mistake. Your brain will get reliant on that sort of like fix, like a medication. You're self-medicating. So if you're not having alcohol, I don't know, like the 100-year-old Italians having a little bit of pasta, a little bit of red wine, hanging out with some friends. If you're not doing that, you're just doing a toxic drug. You know, stay away from that. Get out of the hole and then do drugs. If anything, takes it slow, blah, 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 blah. I'm depressed because I have to work for the next 35 years. That'll get you, you know, the reality. Like, this is it. Yep, that's it. You go to work. You get to watch TV for an hour or two. You got all these stupid chores in life, and then you go to sleep, and then you go to work. That's it. And then a kid screams at some point. All right, here we are. Yeah, life sucks, man. Life sucks. You can get hit with the anxiety and depression over virtually nothing. It's a powerful feeling. Here we are. There we go. A lot of things can cause depression. I definitely appreciate that you can just be living a normal life and it can just hit you, you know? I find that music helps a lot. You get some good music. By the way, have you guys done any reading lately? That's a really good one too. You don't have to get like a physical book and literally read a book. Go get an audiobook. So do some reading on your exact problems in life or the area that you want to improve. And just go listen to an audiobook. You know, let somebody else sort of drive your brain wheel for a while instead of doing it by yourself all the time. Because it's kind of like flailing around in the darkness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. So audiobooks, those are pretty good. All right. Like sometimes your problem in life, especially if you're young, is just money. Like, I'm poor. And if I was rich, I wouldn't be so stressed. Yeah? Well, then go listen to some audiobooks on how to get a good career, get rich. If you're real young, your focus is your career. When you get a little to a point where you're in a career, it kind of moves over to how do I preserve my wealth? How do I invest and preserve my wealth? So money changes a lot for you. It definitely eliminates a whole layer of stress that now you don't have to deal with, but it doesn't fix everything. You know, there's still a lot to do. There we go. But yeah, knowledge will set you free, man. Let's see. Mister, I've been reading after your advice. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, there's a lot of audio. So you can get audiobooks on Audible. I actually have one I'm listening to called 50 Classic Business Books. So I'm listening to that. And you can find these books for free on YouTube, but they come with commercials on YouTube. You could try to use Pirate Bay or something. I think you can go to your local library even and try to get some audiobooks. So, you know, your library is there for a reason. Some philanthropic guy built a library so that you could enrich your mind. Take advantage of it. It's mostly free unless you steal from, unless you don't return the books. But yeah, the library, man, it's a bit of fun going. Does anybody do that anymore? Does anyone go to the library anymore? Like, I know we got Netflix and YouTube and all this other stuff. Does anyone go to the library? We are. It's a nice place. When I was a kid, we had 11 siblings, 11 brothers and sisters, although it wasn't like that at first. It was 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. So at some point it got really ridiculous. But that was one of the things we did always. We went to the library like clockwork because the library was sort of like this free entertainment. You would go there, you could get all the comic books you wanted, Calvin and Hobbes. Dude, I swear, Calvin and Hobbes was so important for me. It was like a life-changing book. My mom hated comic books. She thought they were really bad for me. You have no idea how many times I read Charlie Brown, Calvin and Hobbes, Foxtrot, and other similar comics, Dilbert, Garfield, some of the best ones. I think Calvin and Hobbes was #1. And Charlie Brown wasn't quite as funny, but it had a sort of a niceness to it that's hard to copy. You know, Calvin and Hobbes was very intelligent. But Charlie Brown, it was like wholesome in a way that, you know, you just can't replicate. There's nothing like Charlie Brown to this day, but they don't do anything with that brand anymore. That brand's laying dormant for the most part. Like, they released a movie the other day, a couple years ago. I tried to watch it. I couldn't. It just didn't have the Charlie Brown feeling to it, unfortunately, the original feeling. But yeah, those comic books were really formative for me when I was younger. And so, you know, it's fun to have that stuff in your life. And so we were really poor when I was younger, but the library's free. And so it was really a public good that helped us a lot in the 90s and 2000s. Now it's the future. You get everything for free on TikTok. You get it on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, but it's not the same. It's not the same. The quality of the entertainment's very sort of like drug-like. You know, it's like almost pornographic. But in the library, it wasn't quite. There was a bit more to it. It was a bit more fleshy, a bit more like you just got more when you're reading a full book. We are. How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little bogey in it. What? Calvin and Hobbes' Lazy Sunday book was my favorite. I read every Calvin and Hobbes. I must have read them like 10 times. When I worked for the radio, I helped the local library advertise because being a 301c, we would match their spend in ads basically 2 for 1. That's nice. I did until my kids racked up a late fee. Now I owe $60 to the library. Damn it. I don't read as much as I used to. I have a book next to me that I've been meaning to start. Well, this is what's interesting about life. You know, you go to college. I've been to 2 colleges. I went to the community college and I got a Bachelor of Arts. I'm sorry, Associate of Arts. Then I went to the full 4-year university and I got the full Bachelor of Science degree. It was a tough degree, really tough, lots of work. So I've had a lot of experience with being in school. I've also been homeschooled. So I was homeschooled, then I got 2 degrees. And what I discovered is that college is kind of silly because you just sort of go there and somebody wearing like smart person glasses and with balding hair sort of just tells you to go open your book and read it, which is what you did when you were homeschooled anyways. It wasn't like I did no school when I was homeschooled, by the way. I did work on some stuff. I often complained that the homeschooling wasn't very good, but that's because I wasn't interested in many of the subjects. And nobody forces you to learn when you're homeschooled. You kind of self-teach. So, and maybe I was used to that. Maybe I was used to self-teaching because of that homeschooling. But, right, so you go to college and you think you're getting edumacated, but really it's just some fat guy in glasses telling you, okay, read chapters 4 to 7, and then we're testing it. If you don't get a good grade on the test, you fail. So it's, at best, the college system is just, for many, not all classes, but for many classes, the college system is just a way to force you to self-educate because you don't do it on your own otherwise. We got Woobat, we got Boldor, Master Ball. I like the Boldor, he's cool looking, man. But the Woobat's very cute. Mabo Stiff, we got 2 more packs left. You ready? All right, these are not giving you big alt-arts, but maybe these last 2 packs. Yeah, so you can actually just go read the exact same books that a psychologist reads, the exact same books a biologist reads, the exact same books a computer scientist reads. They're not hidden knowledge. You know, they don't stop you from buying the book online. They don't stop you from getting the digital version of the book or going to a used book place and getting an older copy. They don't stop you from any of that. It's just that you don't feel like doing it. Then when you spend $40,000 in college and this guy says, you better read this or I'll give you an F, then you read it. You go, oh my God, I better read this. So it's weird because college is really just a place to be scared out of not reading. You get forced to read or fail. It's sort of, if you think about it, it gamifies learning. And that's all college really is to some degree. Some college professors are very good. And they teach you more than the book teaches you. That's when you're really getting your money's worth. But, man, so many classes really are just open your book, read your book. That's all it is. And for some people, they don't even do that. They don't read it, and then they just kind of hope, you know, there's like some cliff notes on the internet or some guy on YouTube teaches them, or you ask your classmate for their notes. So some people don't even read their book when they're in college. They don't even care. They're like, I don't want to read this. Okay, so we've opened the white, we've opened the Destined Rivals. We are moving on now to your 2 boxes of Prismatic Lucario. The problem is if you want to work in that industry, try and prove that you understand and you can apply the knowledge. Still no Victini? Still no Victini. We only have a couple packs of Pokemon White left, okay? Be aware, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm sold out. And I will have to do a restock on those. All right, let me go and get the 2 Prismatics. Should I open them out there or should I open them in here, I wonder? Maybe I open them in here. All right, here we are. Very good. But anyways, we were just talking about that subject of not being depressed. It's a good subject to talk about. I was really badly depressed after a breakup one time. I had a friend, his name was David. He took me out with the religious group of his. I'm not a very religious person, but he took me out, and they have like a farm where they all hang out. Wow, what a great experience that was. He was a good friend. We went, we played like football for a while. They just play. They had like goats, they had chickens. Of course, you had to drive like an hour and a half to get there. They had like goats and chickens, and everything smelled like poop. But it was nice, it was like refreshing. There you go. All right. Here we go. My art professor taught me some very important life lessons. Sure. Okay. Hopefully. For $40,000, hopefully. He better. Yeah, college is way overpriced. Do you all have pets? From the path I took, it was very much a learn for yourself method, since it was theory crafting, testing for current international affairs. I took a business international course. I took a course in international business. There we are. It was interesting. They were talking about how a lot of international business is actually very corrupt. You actually have to take time to learn their customs and laws and learn about how corrupt they are, so that you can make a corrupt business deal with them, because that's the only way to do business in certain countries. So that's literally what they were teaching here. They're like, yep, so if you want to do business with Brazil, you're going to have to learn how to do some illegal stuff. Not illegal, corrupt. Difference between illegal and corrupt. Okay. It was interesting. They were talking about how you can quickly offend certain Asian countries. Like, okay, if you don't do this, you're going to offend them. It was a cool course. It was an easy course. I feel like a lot of business courses are kind of easy. Okay. I feel like if you want to be good at business, just go start working. Go start working in the business. That'll teach you about business. School is a hard way to learn about business. It's all in theory. Like, you can get some good ideas from the college about business, and it can prepare you for some, like, ethics or something like that, which I took a course in ethics as well. But, yeah, a lot of it is just not that valuable. I think more of the applied science of business is more valuable, sort of like accounting. There we go, that kind of stuff. Or like legal licensing, that kind of stuff, so you don't screw up legally. There we go. Get your company sued for stealing. Speaking of stealing a copyrighted material, did you hear Nintendo's not going to be suing, I guess, the Trump administration for using their song in an absolutely insane, what was it, like ICE detention video? Holy cow, dude. All right, now, whew, look at all this, man. Look at all this prismatic. Oh, yeah, that's hot. Look at all that. Did my order go through? It probably did. As you know, we are having a very big order for Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. There it goes. Did you guys see that? The intro to the Pokemon TV show, I Want to Be the Very Best. They played that along an edited clip of, like, arresting illegal undocumented immigrants. Holy cow, dude. What time period are we living in? It's really crazy. But Nintendo Japan put out a statement that they would not sue over that. And I guess it kind of makes sense. It's like they don't want to get in trouble suing a politician in another country and affecting their tariffs or something like that. I don't know. It's like, yeah, go ahead. Do whatever you want, I guess. Please don't hurt us. Mister, what time is it? 7? No, it's 7 already. All right, what we got? We got Roaring Moon. Okay, let's get it. So this is about half of them. We're going to snip the other half in a second, okay? Here's Dragapult. It just doesn't all fit on the table too easily. Who would carry out that case in this country? Somebody. Somebody would definitely carry that case out, but I think the Pokemon company just said, we're not going to touch this. Here we are. Really, they make a lot of money over here if you think about it. Here's Aromatisse. Very nice. All the government's X-profiles have been acting out. Times are interesting. It's wild, man. It's wild. Here's Screamtail. Here's Suicune. Here's Screamtail. Here's... Oh, we pull yet again another SIR, and yet it is once again an Ogerpon. Wow, dude, that is dreadful. You've got Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. Woo! All right. Loving it. What the hell is that? That's an SIR. That's a top chase pull. They're pretty hard to get, and yet it is not the one that he wants. I guarantee you that. He does not want that one. He wants... Well, first of all, he wants a God Pack for sure. Those God Packs are worth many thousands of dollars. But if he could, he would have one of the evolutions. In particular, the Umbreon evolution from this set is probably still selling for about 3.5 if I had to guess. Cut it in half, thanks. No. We can't cut that in half. Is that even a mask? I think it is, yes. I like the Ogerpons. I think they're not bad design. They sort of remind me of Mew. They remind me of Celebi. They're in that category, that sort of like little fairy type. Yeah, nothing wrong with the Ogerpons. I think that's decent Pokemon design. I'm not nostalgic for it, but I think the design is fine. Here's Sandy Shocks. Look at that Sandy Shocks. Almost as bad as Clam Pearl. Oh, God. Not the Clam Pearl. Not the pearls! So that's about half of them. And believe it or not, the pull rate was excellent. Because you did pull in one box an SIR. And we all know how hard it is to get SIRs. The only problem is you got the wrong SIR. You got the wrong one. You're supposed to get the good one. Okay, let me just sort these out a little bit. What should I have for dinner tonight, you think, guys? Should I go out to eat? What time is it? 7:03? Not going to have time to go out to eat. It's too late already. I'm going to have diced up steak, probably. Oops, Sandy Shocks. Oops, knocked out. All right, so there's a bunch of hollows, and here's a bunch of non-hollows. Cool. Now, you're not done. This is the last part of your order, and you have $80 left over because you did so good in those waifu shuffles. You did so freaking good. Mega Audino is peak pokey design. It won't catch on for another 600 years, though. Mega Audino. Arduino. Mega Arduino. Have you ever thought about having bounties? I could, or I could just lower the pack price. It is. All right. Yeah, we actually tried bounties for a little while. I don't like the whole idea of bounties. I'm not a fan of it. Either you make a really big overpriced bounty, and then some guy accidentally pulls the bounty trigger early, and then as a seller, you're out. You're negative money. Or you do a cheap bounty that nobody cares about. And so either way, the bounties, I don't think they're a good thing. I think they lead toward, like, cheating. You know, like the guy who hosts the bounty, he doesn't want to pay it out. He could lose a lot of money with bad luck. It basically turns the channel into a gamble for the seller. The seller should not be doing that. The seller should be just selling a consistent product. And if the buyer wants to do a gamble, that's on them because they like RNG products. And but a store shouldn't work on gambles. It's just not a good business. Here we are. Here's Snorlax. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I should do it. I'm always open-minded to good ideas. Here's Eevee. Mr. Tired Bounties. Then he just forgot about them. No. I didn't forget about them. I concluded I didn't like them. Here's Diplin. Okay, there we go. Okay. Facts on the title. You like the title? I'm selling all my Pokemon cards because it's the Rapture, baby. Here's Pyroar. I'm going to have a couple Tylenol, and then I'm going to get raptured. Here's Glaceon. Come on, another SIR, please. Or a Master Ball of Umbreon. That would be good. Sleeveon. It's Sleeveon. Wow, thank you, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt, for the tremendous order today. $950 order today, guys. Honestly, he did not do too bad on this order, in my opinion. Here we are. He picked up some great pulls out of both the live custom, where he got a Dark Gyarados 10 first edition, and then he got a nice signature out of the waifu shuffle. He went pretty positive on the waifu shuffle. There it is, no SAR. Now, you got all these cards, some of them quite gradable. You did pull an SIR out of the Prismatics. It's just that it was the wrong SIR. Darn, man. Showing the really advanced, difficult odds in that set. It's quite difficult. But don't forget this. Since you were actually picking up these specially premium boxes, you walk away with all the stamped cards. So you're not quite down and out if the stamped cards are capable of grading 10, which they might. Okay, you got a whole bunch of hollows here, and then you got your pulls. You ready? Here are your pulls. Is Hydrapple the best Pokemon? Yep, bounty-free, grading easy. Here's Professor Turo, here's Seda, Sandy Shock, Espeon, Atticus, Pyroar, Amarist, Diplin, Eevee, Snorlax, Professor Turo, Umbreon. You know, there's already a bounty. It's called pulling the chase pull. Knocked out, Dragapult, Riolu, Aromatisse, Ogerpon, Sylveon. Oops, here's a little hollow. Here's Umbreon Reverse, Lopunny, Lucario. Okay, there are those nice stamps. Stamp, 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 stamp. You got 8 stamps now. Jellicent, Bulldor Master Ball, Woobat, Jellicent, Reshiram, Keldeo, Mabostis, Moltres, and the Sock Puppet High Dragon. All right. That's a lot of cards. You know, it's crazy. If you really compare the two, I almost feel like you did better in the breaks, in the, you know, in the shuffles and all. Isn't that funny? And it shows you we got a decent thing going on with those. The fact that they can even come close to competing with true sealed product. All right, so you've got a baggie right here, and I'm going to create a nice fresh baggie for you as well. How'd you feel about that round, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt? I didn't feel like there was anything life-changing in it, but I felt like the shuffles were so good. The customs and the shuffles were so satisfying. You are? All right. How's the queue? Well, the problem is it's 7:08 at night. The stream must be ended. Those are the rules. We cannot go past 7. Let's take a quick look at the queue and see how bad it is. See if there's anything I can service right away. Okay, number 2. You got 2 bags, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt, and some lovely slabs. Thank you again. You've got $80 left over to still play with. Change my Zard spot to finish the jumbo. I can do that, yes, but I can't actually service the jumbo right now, okay? Just letting you know that is too late now. We ran out of time together. Here it is. So for tonight, that means this jumbo break goes off, and then we'll create another jumbo break. That'll be the millionth jumbo break. Very, very popular. People love the jumbo break. So that is going off, guys. Mine's just the experiment payment with the CS. Oh, speaking of payment, I am going to go in and turn that crypto into cash before the crypto market like crashes or something. Because you never know what's about to happen with that, you know? Okay. Today's return, 88 cents. Wow. So cool. Let's go ahead and liquidate it. Okay, that's very important to me because I do have some crypto. What I have is USDC. That's what I have. I leave a pretty decent chunk of cash in that, but I don't play with the Ethereum and the Bitcoin when it comes to money needed for restocks. So we have, wow, Eric Rodriguez, who waited 51 minutes. Then we got the CS Man, who has an Espeon break. Okay, and then an Eric Rodriguez, who needs a live custom. So let's take care of Eric Rodriguez. 5 of the Japanese, OP9. $30 to Zab Slab Away. All right, you got it. Zab Slab Away. Oh, no. Come on. There it goes. All right, good. Discord's kind of acting kind of slow right now. I don't need that. It needs to act fast. $150 remaining. Let's find out what's in this. You say OP9? Japanese OP9. All right. How much for the PSA 10 Joktion? Just $40, bro. No, the $40 is for a break, though. That's what it is. It's a break. You can see there's 9 people in the break. Total spots 19. Okay, we got a nice SR here. This. Here's a hollow. Today's daytime stream was so busy that I don't think there was ever a slow point, and I found myself out of time for some of these orders. I gotta say, the daytime stream smashing it out of the ballpark, man. Really special time period. There you go. If I could just start the stream sooner, I struggle with that so bad. Like, I was working before the daytime stream to the very last minute, and I was like, all right, well, we'll just start it at 5. That's what I was doing. Tonight, we'll probably host this Applin as a giveaway. Let's see. Eric Rodriguez. Very nice. Do we already have a giveaway? I feel like we already have one. CS Men once into the Espeon break. The Espeon break moving very fast all of a sudden. Okay. There it is. That is up to 13 out of 26. Okay, give me a second here. Wow, hitting the halfway point all of a sudden. I'm betting the price on that has gone up ever since we started it. Eric Rodriguez with 1 live custom. Eric Rodriguez. No, I'll buy it, Mr. Says Ivan. Will ya? That's 1 cold drill burr, or whatever that is. I don't think his name's Drillber, is it? You want to buy this? All right, let's get a price tag on it for Mr. Ivan. Okay, you ready? It is a nice 10. Let's give it a nice cheap price. It's just a hydrapple, worth a bazillion. Okay, he's going to be $12. Here it is. All right. So NHCC says, 5 for the Kraken. Don't stress to do it when it's quiet. $1 to top load the BGS LBL. $39 to try that PSA experiment. Okay, so we'll get that started in the nighttime stream. And then Madi Body says, oh, I'm not giving up. More live customs. Oh, we'll take care of that right now, Mr. Madi Body. But also, we need to take care of Victor Kokiko. He says 1 spot in the live customs. So who ordered first? Okay, so Victor Kokiko goes first. He got 1 spot in the live customs. That's Victor Kokiko. He ordered this 50 minutes ago. It was a long time ago. You ready? Ah, still cold, though. Victor Kokiko, 1 cold live custom. All right, oops. Okay, that was Victor. And then Madi Bazi, 5 live customs. Wow. Very good. Does he not know how math works? I really don't know how math works. There we go. Can you show off the breaks, please? Just curious where they're all at. Ready? So we got a 1. Oh, there you go. A 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Very nice. Very good. Here's Zard. That is being pulled for Madi Bazi. Congratulations, Mr. Madi. Oh, look at that. Nice. All right. Whew. We'll set this here. So, Mr. Madi Bazi. Oh, look at that. Used to be a product of Martin Ramirez. Long time ago or something. He sold it back to me. Daytime better, but nighttime gets the giveaway. Technically, we do the better sales in the nighttime. That's actually true, but that's getting pretty close these days. Madi Bazi. But you're right. If I could do a giveaway in both, I probably should. Look at that. Very nice. So, we have one last order from an Ivan Rodriguez picking up the apple. Here you go, Ivan Rodriguez. We are ready to set up for the nighttime stream. I had a lot of fun with you guys. There it goes. Very good. All right, that's it. We've got it. We've got the whole stream done. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you guys will take a moment and consider smashing the subscribe button if you want to be here for the nighttime stream. If you hit subscribe, YouTube will let you know when I'm live again, okay? So that'll help you know. Thank you so much. Have a nice night, guys. I'll see you for the late night stream.